Hey gang, welcome back to the channel. My name's Nicky V. I'm a studio musician and producer here in Nashville. I started doing the YouTube thing about a year ago, and I always ask the comment section what you guys are into or what you want me to do a video on. And I've gotten, over the last 2 or 3 months, I've gotten a huge request for like a week in the life video. And I just picked this week at random. I didn't want to pick a week that just had like a bunch of really cool stuff in it, you know, make it seem, you know how it is, like you always post on Facebook and Instagram, make your life seem cooler than it is. So this is just like a typical week. Got 3 tracking sessions. As of Monday morning at 9:15, I have 13 overdubs at the house to do before the weekend. So I try not to work on the weekends too much. I try to keep everything Monday to Friday as 9 to 5 as I can. I typically get up around 5:30 or 6, and I have a newborn right now. She's 6 weeks old, but that was even before that. I typically try to do that. And my goal most of the time is to make enough money to pay all my bills before noon. And that way, anything afternoon that I do is kind of long-term career oriented, whether it's YouTube or sometimes it's just longer format projects like finishing up an album that I'm producing that's going to take months, you know, just sending emails and getting mixes off, that kind of stuff. But today, for example, I started out, I already charted the song out and got the session markers put in, doing a tune for an artist named Jane Fallon. She's kind of like the singer-songwriter, folk artist, super, super sweet. She sent me the demo, which sounds like this.
Glass shards in the sand where the general store once stood.
Kind of like a finger-picking-y James Taylor kind of thing. She tends to like the Santa Cruz, which kind of sounds like James Taylor's Olsen. So I'll stick with that, got it charted out, do a finger-picking thing on it, and then I'm gonna layer some electric on it for her as well and just add some little signature things throughout the song. Then after that, she usually gets some percussion and bass put on it, and they kind of build the tracks out like that remotely. After that, I got a track for a guy in Sweden named Cold. First time working with him, so appreciate you reaching out, man. And then what do I have after that? I think I got just like a strumming acoustic thing for a guy here in the States. So here's the chart. I always put session markers in as well. That way I have a visual representation of what we're supposed to have sonically happening as well, structure-wise. And in this case, I don't have a demo that's on the grid. And so when I charted it, I played through it after a couple times to strike the vocal melody in my head. And I wanted to come up with a finger-picking part that was a little more signature, thought out. So here's what I came up with for the intro. Something like that just kind of, you know, sets it apart from just a typical strumming pattern or something. And another thing that's really important to mention is on a project like this, where I'm the first person being recorded, everything has to be exactly on the grid, like just dead on perfect timing, because you don't always know what's going to happen after it leaves your DAW and into somebody else's DAW. So it could be having percussion put on it, or if it's program percussion especially, it has to be, I mean, just dead on, because they're going to be pulling all of that programming in and snapping it to the grid. So if the guitar is not aligned perfectly with every little percussion, it's going to get this kind of flammy sound to it or get a little wacky. Acoustic guitar, if you're not used to working with it every day, can be kind of finicky whenever you're trying to edit like a finger picking pattern especially. And so I try to just make sure it's dead on the grid, and I play it like that so I don't have to edit anything, which saves me time and it saves whoever is mixing this on the back end time as well. So I tracked that main finger picking part, then I did kind of just a track of rakes on one side, then I did a capoed up complementary finger picking part on the other side. Now we're just gonna put a little solo on it here. I did some kind of feathered in electric throughout it. I'm not gonna go this in depth on all 13 overdubs this week. I'm just doing this one to try to help anybody that's interested in this kind of work. So here we go, here's a solo. Do another stab at it. That might work, and I'll do some more chordal stuff on it and should be done with that one. After listening, I take that back. I like the first solo better. And one way to support the channel, guys, is those affiliate links down in the description. I'll put a link to some of the pedals I'm using. This is the crap I use every day. Right now I'm running through an HDR X20 head, which is kind of like Hendrix's Plexi. It's a super affordable amp, sounds great. Strymon tremolo, using a tremolo delay on the timeline, and just a tiny bit of Noble's ODR Mini on it, just to get a little bit of edge on it, but not much. And this is a Murphy Lab 64. It's a great guitar. It sounds very earthy and woody, which is why I thought it's kind of nice on this track. So it's a nice little decoration spread out around it. I just put a very quick rough mix on to make sure it's working for the client. Here's what it sounds like. I also just Amazoned a tripod so I can get a little better camera angle for you guys than the low desk shot shooting up. So that should be in today by 6 p.m. And as files are exporting, a lot of the time I'll go ahead and scan the chart just to send to the client. It helps keep any musicians kind of on the same page following me, saves them some time, and also, most importantly, potentially leverages you into a session leader position if this comes into a production situation at some point. So quick little tip there, that kind of helps. So much for getting everything done before noon. My wife threw a curveball at me. So this is how you know you're married to a millennial white woman, when you're taking your beagle mutt back here to a damn dermatologist. I know, right? I've been to the doctor once in 10 years. I'm taking a dog to the dermatologist. Glamorous life of a studio musician. My wife did give him a good name though. It's Ozzy Posborn, Prince of Barkness. It's pretty solid. Okay, Ozzy's taken care of. Just finished the second overdub. It's kind of like a strummy acoustic thing. And now I'm sending out Google Meet links for the week to all my students. Try to knock that out in one batch, and makes it easy to navigate in my sent folder as well. And if any of y'all want guitar lessons, you can go to our website, NashvilleTracking.com. There's a tab for lessons on there. I do a bunch of like consultations on there as well. People will call asking how publishing deals work and all kinds of stuff all over the map. So it's kind of become a, basically almost, sometimes even like a coaching scenario, which is, I wasn't expecting. I don't know if I'm qualified for that, but people seem to enjoy it. So if you want guitar lessons, hit me up. This third overdub's pretty cool. It's a pop tune. Here's the guitar part I think might be cool on it. I'm gonna double that with a Martin on one side, this on the other side, and then I might actually do kind of like a lo-fi thing on an electric, doubling the exact same riff, so it's kind of like stacked out this big wide stereo spread, and then do some ambient layers on it, maybe some slidey, swelly things or something. This guitar's for sale, by the way. It's a Les Paul Jr. double cutaway. It's got a Fralin noiseless P90 in it, which is top shelf, Music City bridge, and upgraded the tuners to these Grover Deluxe tulips. $12.50, and it's yours. Just message me through my website or something, or Instagram. Yep, if you're in Nashville, that's cool, but I'll ship it as well. Just throw in $75 for shipping, I guess, whatever. This was fun. This is my buddy Michael Visconti. He's in the musical theater world and actually writes a bunch of musicals, does jingles for companies, really talented cat. He's an artist as well. But what's funny is I actually met him playing tennis. So once again, if you're around town playing tennis or golf or something like that, it's just a great networking opportunity. And I've met a ton of artists, producers. I've met clients that I've ended up producing through playing tennis. And it keeps me from losing my mind, sitting inside all day, staring at a computer screen when I'm not on a tracking session. Gonna go home, get cleaned up, have dinner with Lauren and the little baby. And tomorrow we got a tracking session at James Cook's place. So I'll see you in the morning. Deadbeat dinner of the year. Welcome back. It's Tuesday morning. It's 7:43. I got up, practiced for about 30 minutes, got a session today, and did one overdubs, kind of a simple finger picking thing with some high-strung Nashville tuning doubled on it. Now I got another strummy acoustic thing, Christian song in G. Also, we got a tripod, so you don't have to look at my nostrils every time I lay my phone on my desk now. So I got it charted out, and it's a Christian song doing the strummy 1-6-4-5 kind of thing like this. And so I need something to help differentiate that from similar tunes. And so flip the choruses, maybe just something kind of capoed up high for a little jangle on it. Something like that maybe. And then set it with some extra rakes, just going, which helps to fill out a mix nicely. So things like that spread around might be nice. Then off to James's. So I don't know what his total plan is for this, so I recorded it in a way that it might work for a total huge modern CCM production, or if he's just doing a vocal and guitar on it, that'd be fine too, because I haven't worked with this client before. So this track here is recorded in stereo, it's kind of the main part. Then I just have a track of kind of doing rakes and arps on the left, then that jangly higher voice thing I played earlier on the right. What that does is this one's recorded in stereo, so it's left and right, right? And then these two here record in mono pan left and right, so the vocal can sit in the middle and kind of provide a nice bed with the guitars underneath it. So here's what I'm saying with me today. I got a custom shop Strat. Bought this when I was 18. Mowed yards for like 3 years to buy it. Got the Forever Telly, which is a custom shop that I searched for like 15 years to find. It's super light, rings like a bell, and it's got the darkest chunk of most wonderful rosewood you've ever seen on it. It's got a Glendale bridge too, which I don't know if that helps or not, but it's there. Taking an R7 gold top, just has the hefty Les Paul thing, and a 335. Between those four, I can pretty much get done whatever I need to get done. Honestly, I could probably just take the 335 and the Telly and be fine, but in case I want the tremolo bar, I'll take the Strat. If I need a little more weight on something, I got the Les Paul. Got a beautiful day through the Nashville countryside on the way to James Cook's house. He lives out in Pegram, which is a little bit west of Nashville. It's about 25 minutes from my place. Easy drive, pretty drive usually. Got everything plugged in and dialed up. They're all downstairs and kind of rolling in. This is James Cook's home studio called Studio on the Ridge. Drums are down there, down the hall, in that room. If you guys are interested in knowing more about this, I actually have a whole video on it. I shot it probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. It's called Home Studio Edition or something like that, tracking session. And I'll still try to capture a few clips and parts and solos and all that for you guys. But like I said, this video is more about just like what typically happens in a normal week here in town. Working. So you know you're working for a Louisiana man. You got a king cake and gumbo over here.
Damn right, buddy.
What do you think, Cam? Pretty good stuff.
I love this stuff. This is why I come over and do this. It's not
yeah,
free.
hell, we work for free.
Yeah, I mean, I work for free. This is what I'm talking about right here.
It's top shelf right there. We're on song 7 of the day. You guys been knocking it out. James been laying it down. Tim's doing his thing. This is our artist, Mr. Ronnie over here. Ronnie's the reason we're all here today. He's about good a cat as they come. It's close. I'm sorry, guys. We're trying here.
It's amazing.
We could have played it safe, but we're not playing it safe. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
That was a long day of recording. We did 9 songs, 7 at James's, 2 this morning. Definitely taking the evening off, holding baby right now. And we're gonna have some pizza, and that's about it. Tomorrow, got some other fun stuff. Take you along for the ride. Good morning, people. It is 6:15 a.m. Got up and practiced about 30 minutes, got cleaned up, answered emails for a bit. I spend probably an hour or two a day sending emails. That's like a huge part of my job. Whether it's booking musicians for sessions, booking studios, sending out quotes for production projects, communicating with clients what they're looking for in an overdub. There's a lot of emails sent. I don't have a number on that, but I should probably look up what my average number of emails a week is. But if any of you guys are wanting to get your music recorded, all you have to do is hit that link down in the description. You don't have to live in Nashville. You just send us your track, and my whole team knocks it out for you here. Sometimes I'll set up a Google Meet link so you can actually watch the session happen. And other times people just fly in and actually record with us here in the room so they can provide immediate feedback, but that's not necessary. So if you're a producer or songwriter or artist and you got songs you want to get recorded, just hit that link. It kind of walks you through everything. It's like a total no stress, easy process. And I got other videos on my channel about what that usually looks like as well. But getting ready to go meet a new friend of mine named Landon Hunt. He's a fantastic guitar player in town. I'll take you to the best donut shop in Nashville. Another beautiful morning here in Nashville, Tennessee. There it is, y'all. When you see that big pink donut, you know you're in business. That's McGaw's Donuts up here on the north side of town. Best donuts in Nashville. This evening we have a session at West Little's studio over in East Nashville. Yesterday on James's session, I was just a hire gun on that. I was just playing guitar, but this evening I'm actually producing. So I hired Wes and booked his studio, Martin Motnick on bass, and Tim McDonald, which you saw in the video yesterday, on keys. We're doing 2 songs. One's kind of like a rock and metal thing, and then the other one's this kind of chilled out Jimmy Buffett kind of song. Typically I like to walk in with pre-production pretty locked in. So I like to have acoustic guitars done, a scratch vocal, and clicks, and charts printed out. What I was sent originally for the Jimmy Buffett songs for an artist named Nick Walker, who you need to check him out too. I'll post links to his stuff. But he sent me just a rough iPhone recording of him playing acoustic guitar and strumming. So I took that, pulled the vocal off with AI, chopped it up to where it's in time on the grid, and then recorded some nylon acoustic on it. And then I sent it back to him. Once I got it done, I said, okay, record a better scratch vocal on this. And so he just puts an AirPod in, syncs it into his voice memo, and sends it back to me. And I do a little doctoring on it, and we get this.
No pirate wants to look at 40. Nobody wants to watch us sail away.
So we got that, clicks. That's all we need to go to a session right there. I play that for the guys as a demo. We build around that nylon or replace it later on. It kind of depends on what direction everything takes. I don't want to paint ourselves in a corner necessarily, but I like coming in prepared. And that in charts, and you should be in good shape. I already got the pre-production done on the other song as well, but I'm probably gonna work up a full pre-production video at some point and show more in depth what that looks like, because in the comments you guys were asking about that. Also, if there's anything you guys are curious about or want me to cover, just put it down in the comments. Let me know what you think about this kind of stuff. Just finished up an electric overdub. I used an Archer Select, which is just a ridiculously great pedal from J-Rocket. And the Plexi with the 57 gold top sounds like this. It's a very majestic melodic part. Skip ahead for you. Very singable type melodies. The songwriter's brilliant, by the way. His name is Ryan Thomas. He's a subscriber on the YouTube channel and found me online. And every song he sends me is just ridiculously well written and put together. So appreciate you, man. We got one more. No, we got two more today. What we got next? We got an acoustic version of the song, so it's like an electric full band kind of thing. They're wanting to kind of distill down into an acoustic arrangement, so I'll probably stack a bunch of layers of that for that, kind of like an acoustic orchestra around the vocal. And then I have another project from my buddy Elvis Nash, and that's, I think, the same thing as well. I think it's taking a full production and making an acoustic version of it. So it's funny, usually it's the way around. They send you an acoustic song and make it this big thing, but they're kind of doing the reverse of that right now. So those are fun, I like those. And then we're heading to the session. Typically sessions are 10 a.m. to 1 and then 2 to 6. I don't like doing late sessions, but this is what they had available tonight at Wes's studio. And that's fine. So sometimes you play a little different tonight. I know that sounds crazy. It's like grabbing a different guitar, anything to inspire creativity differently. Some people are like very creative at night. I actually like doing everything in the morning, but it'll be fun. We'll have a good time, make some magic. So what I take to every tracking session when I'm producing is I have a hard drive with all the files on it. I have a backup in Dropbox. I have all the charts printed out. I have them on cardstock because when you hold them to the light, because a lot of music stands are just like some of them are wire. You can actually see them a little more clearly. Paper's thicker. One of the downsides to a 6 o'clock session is having to fight rush hour to get to the session, but it's still better than digging a ditch somewhere. So can't complain too much. And through the mist, there it is, the Grand Ole Opry. You can conjure some of that magic into tonight's session. It's whenever they get going on it, man.
It's the bass.
When the artist skateboards over to the studio to his own session in the rain.
You got to.
I'm just gonna play the old 78 P bass from Uncle Daryl on this track. I'm gonna do 335 on it probably. Brought a pretty basic rig today. Brought the 335, pedal board, and Les Paul. That's it. And that little P bass just for Martin to check out. But pretty bare bones. I brought the nylon in case I needed it, but we ended up using what I did for the scratch. If anybody's wondering what a home studio is supposed to be like, this right here is a top shelf home studio, gang. Like these doors, a little isolation. I mean, that amp in there is cranked. That's a third power clean sync, which is like a brown-faced Princeton on steroids mixed with an AC30 and a blend knob between the two voices. It's all tube, it's killer. And Wes's rig is just ridiculously dialed in. Everything sounds golden.
Tones, just wondering what Jimmy Buffett do. Sitting high and laying low, passing time, taking it slow. When the sun was blind, I like love with midnight. On the coast of somewhere, cash to spend, down the Captain Tony's. Just wondering what would Jimmy Buffett do?
Here's the Nashville combo, man. The Royer 121 and an SM57. And there's actually a special clip that holds them both where they're supposed to be. There he is, skateboarding in the rain, barefoot. Oh my God, look at this.
Oh, it's slippery out here.
Skateboarded to his own session. Last night's session was a lot of fun. I just wanted to tell you guys about the artist we were working for. So the first track we were doing was for an artist named Demetrius. He lives in Greece, I believe, and he's actually coming here in a couple months to track with us, but we did this one kind of remotely with him. He was the kind of the metal song, was doing that kind of riff. The second artist was a guy named Nick Walker. He was the guy on the skateboard, and he's just like super, super nice, great dude, a good friend of mine as well. And he had a couple songs in the last few years on iTunes Hot 100 Country Charts. He's doing a lot of really cool stuff, so give him a follow as well. The drummer was Wes Little. It was his studio. It's his home studio. I know that's a home studio, which is crazy, but it's immaculate. It's great. Wes plays for Robin Ford in every studio credit you can imagine. Martin, the bass player, he plays for the metal band Accept and has a fantastic solo instrumental bass album out with like Joe Satriani on it and a bunch of total heavyweights. He's a monster. And Tim McDonald, the keyboard player, his credits are all over the map. He played for Olivia Newton-John, Blake Shelton, everybody, and a bunch of studio credits as well, obviously. So great team of guys, and I got home at like 10 o'clock, got some Taco Bell and came home. I was too tired to do a video, but got the studio all put back together. I was supposed to have a session today, but it got canceled. And here's a good lesson in that. The producer that ended up canceling the session kind of last minute on us ended up paying us anyways. And that's how you do business, because the next time the phone rings, we're there. So appreciate you, man. And so today I'm just gonna do some overdubs. I gotta run a couple errands, drop a guitar off, get work done. I'll take you along for all that. First song we're doing is actually a cover. I think it's for like maybe an audio engineering student. They have to do like a sound-alike kind of project. And so we're doing The Scientist by Coldplay. So I gotta work out all those parts exactly like the record, which is usually a good exercise, kind of learning some slightly different parts and just coming up with what we're used to coming up with. So gonna knock that out, and then I got a couple acoustic tracks as well. So it's early afternoon. I've gotten 2.5 overdubs done. I'm gonna finish up that third one later today. I also just got off a video lesson with my one of my students out in Vegas, Keith Smith. And if any of you guys want guitar lessons, you can book it just like he did. All you gotta do is go to my website, down there in the description, hit the lessons tab, and pick your time slot, pay right there, and it goes straight to my Google Calendar. And I shoot them a Google Meet link, and it's that simple. That's ahead of the union hall to pay my union dues, because I should have done that earlier this year and I forgot. Gotta drop a guitar off to get some fret work done on it, hopefully, and come back and finish up that overdub. Last overdub of the day, Tim McDonald sent this one to me. It's for a gentleman that owns a company called Supreme Tracks. His name, I believe, is Joven. So man, I know you've seen some of these videos. Appreciate you reaching out, and hope you like this. You want kind of like an Andy Timmons kind of thing on this. Good morning, everybody. It's Friday morning here in Nashville. It's about 9 o'clock. Got up, practiced for about 45 minutes, played some chess, took it easy this morning, but a bunch of overdubs just came in, so I'm gonna try to get a head start on next week on them. So I got 5 today, mostly electric. Usually I'd say it's probably 65-35 in favor of acoustic on home recording. Tracking sessions, recently it's been more electric than acoustic. When I first got to town, it was the other way around. I was playing mostly acoustic on things. And still when I'm on bigger sessions, it seems to be I'm on acoustic. And I love that. I feel very at home with a couple microphones in front of me and a good Martin. So answering some emails, cool people reached out through the website last night. So just getting them squared away with some quotes, and a couple of people just wanting to get like drum tracks recorded through my site. So I'll call Steve Brewster for those. I think he's the right fit for these. And Wes Little probably be a good fit for this other project too. I like to spread things around a little bit and try to keep everybody working as much as I can, because I appreciate when they do the same for me. So hang in there, and I'll show you any cool stuff that pops up. Maybe throw some solos on the video or something. And later I have to edit this video, because I tried to post on Saturday morning, and I might actually do some overdubs this weekend if things are easy, but it's Valentine's Day today, so I'm gonna try to get everything done as quickly as I can and knock them out, and then so I can hang out with Lauren this evening. And then after she goes to sleep, I'll probably stay up editing this video. I got the acoustic one done for the day. It's kind of like this really exotic, beautiful kind of thing. I did arpeggiated layer down here, kind of driving and finger picking. I did the same or similar pattern with a pick, capoed up to get a little bit of brightness and bite on the top end. And then just a track of like rakes and fills kind of around what the vocal was doing. Baby girl's loaded up. Little one's back there. Taking her to her first music store today. We're going to British Audio in West Nashville to see Thor Davis to get an old K guitar worked on. It's old speed bump picket guitar, needs some fret work. Down here at British Audio, I dropping this old Silvertone off to have Thor here work on it. This is Thor and Shane. Shane's the owner.
Hey guys.
And what do you guys specialize in here, man?
We do everything. We do a lot of repairs. If you want to have a look at the center of the showroom here, these are all our repairs waiting to get picked up. Everything from synthesizers, keyboards, tube amps, guitars, and just about everything in between.
Looks like you're staying busy for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you guys. If you're ever in the neighborhood, stop by, check anything out. They do a bunch of repairs, and they've got slides, capos, all the normal stuff over here. So you don't have to go to your big box guitar store, man. Help the small guys out, the smaller guys. And I came here it was probably like 4 years ago. You had it was like a big release party or something you had here, and you got set snacks and a party upstairs, all kinds of stuff going on. I've had some wiring stuff done here in the past too, and everything's always been great, man.
Cool, man. I definitely appreciate that. It's great having you back here.
Yeah, dude.
Awesome.
Cool. Bene pase. Look at that. Pretty good. Got my pretty girl there. Have the little pretty one sleeping. Strawberry margarita. That's money. This place is cool too. It's down on the west side of Nashville. Well, that's it, gang. That's what a typical week in Nashville looks like. I didn't get a ton of video today because honestly, I thought you guys would think it's kind of boring. I'm just sitting here charting songs out and recording 5 tunes. One was just like a solo thing, so it didn't take me too long. If you guys like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you find any of this interesting or any ideas you have for future videos, just let me know. If there's any artists, if there's any songwriters, artists, or producers out there that need tracks done, just hit that link down in the description. It takes you straight to my website, shows you who my team is, breaks down the pricing, everything on there. And or if you just need guitar tracks done, there's a tab for that as well, or guitar lessons. So whatever you need, hopefully it's on there. I really do appreciate you guys spending the time with me today. There's a lot of channels out there you could be watching and spending your time. Hope you found this interesting. I don't know if it was boring or not, but let me know. Thanks, guys.